Hey guys, what is going on? Covering all things wrestling, entertainment, and beyond since 2011. You are checking out an all-new The RCWR Show. I'm your host, Lee Sanders, coming at you guys on a special Saturday night of November the 18th? No, it's the 17th. 18th is tomorrow, Survivor Series Sunday. So it is Saturday, November the 17th, 2018. We are just freshly a few minutes removed from NXT Takeover War Games. Woo! 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 Oh my God. What a freaking event that was. I want to hear from you guys. Sound off. Let me know what you had thought about the event. Yes, man, great event that it was overall, I would have to say. I did put out some polls on Twitter at the RCWR Show, so you can sound off that way. Let me know what you thought about the event. Or you can go on over to the YouTube channel / communities tab here on the RCWR Show. There's a poll right there. You can click on that, and we'll definitely come to that in the later part of the show, as I just put it out not too long ago, and it's still a little bit early. But if I were to poke my head in right now, I would say, honestly, overwhelmingly, out of 100%, it's about somewhere between 93-95% of folks are saying, hey, tonight's War Games event, total, hands down, slam dunk, loved it. But hey, I want to hear from everybody. So if you felt a little bit indifferent, you don't necessarily agree with some of the people that's voting right now, you can definitely cast your vote. Cast your vote. Let your voice be heard, man. So Survivor Series weekend, man, it is here. And I gotta tell you, I was feeling a little bit dragging when it came to this NXT War Games event. There was a part of me that was kind of going, you know what? I've been having such a hectic week. Maybe I should just take it easy tonight. But we had already promoted this for you guys. So, hey, without any further ado, let's go ahead. Let's jump right into it. Yeah. So we had the NXT War Games pre-show. Just to set everything up, we had the beautiful, the lovely Charlie Caruso there in attendance. We also had the return of Pat McAfee. I love Pat. Anytime I see Pat during a NXT Takeover pre-show, I know without a shadow of doubt it's going to be entertaining. I know he's going to be hilarious as hell. I know he is just going to be a big old ball full of energy, full of charisma. And I love that, because sometimes when I look at him, he's almost, I won't say he's almost the white Booker T, because when you think about Booker T, he's always saying something. Wait, did Booker T just actually say that? And you're laughing at him, with him, right? You're doing all of that. But when I look at Pat McAfee, he's kind of like the white Booker T, so to speak, but he's better than Booker T on so many levels when it comes to his useful language, when it comes to his use of choice words and all that, for his color commentating and hyping up these matches we're going to be seeing for TakeOver. So I always get a hearty laugh and a big old smile on my face when I see that Pat McAfee is in attendance. Also in attendance was one Sam Roberts, and for me at least, I don't know how it's been for you, but for me at least, it seems like I haven't really seen Sam Roberts on WWE programming as of late. I don't know, maybe I'm just finding myself to be in a position where I'm starting to kind of miss the guy. I don't know, but he was pushing a new look. Like, I don't follow this guy on social media, at least not until today, because I actually ended up following him because of how he looks now. Sam Roberts pushing a beard. I didn't even think Sam Roberts could grow a beard, and I'm not making fun of the man in any type of way, so please don't be coming at me with the pitchforks, you SJWs. That wasn't an insult. Just seriously, I've been watching Sam Roberts. Now, that much I can't say. I've seen him with the whole Opie and Anthony gang over the years, and every time I've seen the young man, he's always been clean shaven. So for me to see a bearded Sam Roberts tonight really took me back. Like, who is that? It was like, oh, hey, it's Sam. All right, Sam. I mean, it looked as if he has been down on some hard times. That's how that beard had looked. I know I really shouldn't be talking. Some could say, well, you look like you kind of on hard times yourself, brother. No, I'm good. I'm good. I'm just letting it all flow. I'm just letting it hang, man. No, seriously, it really took me back. I was wondering what was going on with him because he's never looked like that before. I don't know whose call that was. I don't know if maybe he just decided one day I'm gonna let the beard grow, or if maybe his wife said, you know, honey, maybe you should let your beard grow out a little bit more, look a little bit more distinguished, try to maybe look your age a little bit. I'm not sure what the heck that was all about, but honestly, I actually like the beard. Personally, I think it could use a little bit of a trim. I mean, he had it nice and lined up for the most part, but I think it could use a little bit of a trim. I'm not going to say a after 5 shadow like, but it's going to take me a while to get used to it. But I do think that it helps him on so many levels, especially from the standpoint of, I know he has his critics out there that don't like the way his voice sounds. I mean, who doesn't like the way their voice sounds? I mean, seriously. I mean, honestly, even after doing a show for 45 minutes or an hour, I'm ready to stop, you know. So, and that's me playing the damn audio back when I'm editing and all that. So, who doesn't really like their voice, right? So, but no, I think him having the beard, it helps him out, makes him look a little bit more distinguished, makes him come off a bit more mature. So, take me a while to get used to. I know it's probably going to take a while for you guys to get used to. During the pre-show, we had actually saw the, what's the dude's name? Bro! Oh my God, I was like thinking, is that Vince Russo or is that Zack Ryder? What the hell is going on there? Matt Riddle. We saw him crash the set of the pre-show, basically talking about how he's anticipating this match that he's going to be having with Cassius Ohno on NXT TV on the WWE network, and was acknowledging some of the trash talking that Cassius has been throwing his way as of late, and just basically saying, hey, he can't wait to silence it and all that. Cassius Ohno made a cameo as well, crashed the scene, and it was just very... Now, for me personally, I felt it was a very awkward segment. I know there's going to be a lot of people, in particular there's going to be a lot of Matt Riddle fans that's probably not going to be liking what I'm getting ready to say, but for me, this was my first opportunity to see Matt Riddle in the WWE now. I heard about him being signed, heard about him reporting to developmental, all that. This was my first opportunity to really get a chance to see this guy in the WWE realm. I briefly saw a little bit of his stuff as far as his MMA fights go and all that. I saw a little bit of that, like what I saw, but I have yet to see him in the WWE realm. So this was my first time earlier tonight, and I just couldn't help but kick back and go, okay, so with my own 2 eyes, I am now seeing this bro gimmick. Zack Ryder is no longer available to do this. Zack Ryder is in the best shape of his life right now. Zack Ryder always oozes the charisma. Zack Ryder has his hands dipped into, my God, everything that's pulp culture. If I'm not mistaken, he either is co-hosting a podcast currently or makes his rounds helping out fellow WWE superstars with their podcasts or whatnot. I'm going, wow. So we're just going to take the bro gimmick and we're going to give that to Matt Riddle. Okay. Now don't misconstrue what I'm saying here, boys and girls. Matt Riddle, yes, he has a promising, definitely, for sure, the stars are bright in the sky for Matt Riddle. Great look, great physique. I love it. He definitely hits all of those demographics that WWE needs. But for me, this whole bro gimmick, it's recycled, and I just can't help but wonder, okay, how long of a shelf life does this have? How long of a lifespan does this current gimmick have before it gets a little bit too played out? That's my whole biggie. But you know what? I'll worry about that at a later date. That's what I said to myself. I said, all right, Let me just see where this goes. Let me give this kid the benefit of doubt. Give WWE the benefit of doubt. See exactly where this is going to go. So, other than that little awkward segment, for me it was awkward because it just fell a little bit flat. You could tell that both guys were just out there just to be killing a little bit of airtime. I honestly, genuinely did not feel invested in seeing their matchup whatsoever. I hate to say that. I really do, but I gotta call it how it is. It just did nothing for me. My whole deal was, okay, great, so what's next? I mean, I was more interested in Charlie Caruso than I was with those two guys, just to be totally candid with you guys. I don't know how many of you guys find yourself in that same position as well. Moving right along, we actually went to what also was another great segment during the pre-show. We saw Nita Strauss, the guitarist there. We remember her from the Evolution pay-per-view event from a couple of weeks back. She came on by, her new album had dropped on Friday and was in the top 10 there on iTunes. So congrats to her. I've heard a little bit about her work, and actually have heard some of her work off and on over the years. And, it sucks that it had to take WWE to really make me go, all right, I need to reinvest in her stuff, check out her discography, see what she's about and everything. But I'm kind of glad that the two worlds kind of collided, basically, and that girl is bad. Man, she is bad. So congrats to Nita on the success of that album that's out right now. That's really good to hear. Honestly, I'm actually going to check it out. For those of you that may be a little bit on the fence about that album, I will actually check it out, and I will have a review up. I mean, if you guys are long time listeners, subscribers of the RCWR show, you guys know I'm always dipping and dabbing into album reviews from all the genres. Doesn't matter if it's rap, rock, jazz, country, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. If it's on point, I'm definitely checking it out, and I give the final verdict on it. So she stopped by, and she was talking about, I see how they set it up too, and it was actually pretty brilliant how they set it up. They basically had her talk about that last time that Kairi Sane, Shayna Baszler had faced each other at Evolution, and basically was getting her input on what she thought was going to be happening tonight with this rematch for the NXT Women's Championship between these two women. And she held herself pretty damn good. It seems like the more and more she keeps working, in particular with the WWE, she's getting more and more comfortable. I like that. I like that a lot. That's good. So we go to the actual pay-per-view, and our commentators, we have Mamma Mia himself, Mauro Ranallo. We also have Nigel McGuinness. We also have Percy Watson. I said this online, and everybody was like, predictions and all that, all this week for NXT Takeover. I've gotten to that point, as long as I've been doing this podcast, I've gotten to that point in my podcasting career where when it comes to NXT Takeover, and I don't know how some of my colleagues feel, but when it comes to NXT Takeover, as far as offering predictions, I can just throw it out the window. I don't have to think about it. I don't have to feel invested into it. I just know NXT Takeover is going to be good. NXT Takeovers have to be the one time where every 3 months that it comes, it feels like, where I can just go, I know it's going to be good. What's the card? Yeah, that's going to be good. Can't wait to see it. I don't need to think about it. I don't need to, in particular, think about who's going to go over. I can just get lost in it. So many people get lost in the whole predictions and all of that. And I think that's nice. I mean, really, it's nice. It's part of that. It's part of that little niche. Especially if you're a podcaster, it's like, oh, you got to offer the predictions because, or what you would like to see happen for these events. But for me, when it comes to Takeover, I just get to go, I'm going to be entertained. And I love that. I'm just at that point now where it's just, okay, let's see what you got. Never a disappointment as it was tonight. So we had Matt Riddle. Matt Riddle came on out, And we're like, oh, we saw him during the pre-show. What's going on here now? So Matt Riddle basically was saying to the crowd, great crowd to Los Angeles. What was that? The Staples Center there? Staples Center Arena, I believe they were at. Definitely out there in Los Angeles. Matt Riddle basically saying to the crowd, hey, I know I have a match with Cassius Ohno, few days, NXT. But, hey, that's NXT. For now, I am more interested in, you know, the here and the now. Because I'm here, and I know Cassius Ohno is here. So, let's go ahead. Let's have this match right now. So, Cassius Ohno did come out, and he basically talked a hot game to Matt Riddle, saying, you're going to regret this after I knock you out. Soon as he gets in there, bell rings, because he did demand that the ref rings the bell. All of a sudden, wham, just out of nowhere, Matt Riddle connects to the side of Cassius Ohno's head. And pretty much Cassius Ohno went crashing down like a ton of freaking bricks. I mean, just immediately dropped him with a knee. And that was it. 1, 2, 3. I mean, that damn thing didn't even last 10 seconds after the bell had rung. So that was it. Curious how they're going to be building that up going into the next batch of NXT TV shows, you know, TV tapings. Is that going to be a situation where Cassius Ohno is maybe going to say, hey, I wasn't ready. You had hit me up at such short notice. I didn't have enough time to prepare. I demand a rematch. The way of the Cassius Ohno character right now, it kind of gives you that impression that maybe he will be going in that direction. So I really wouldn't be too surprised if it happens to go down that path. How are you guys enjoying the stream so far? I just got to take a quick side note. You guys experiencing any buffering? You guys good so far? Sound off in the comment section. Let me know that you are good and you are alive, as I sadly did not get an opportunity to put the official link for this out just yet, which freaking sucks. Actually, yeah, let me do that while I'm still thinking about it. Let me actually put out the official link for this stream, because sadly I just put out the YouTube RCWR Show handle. I didn't put out there the actual link to the stream itself. So actually, let me do that real quick. And if you guys are appreciating the show so far, maybe you're new, welcome to you guys. Do make sure, if you haven't done so already, you hit the subscribe button and you click on the bell notification so you don't miss out on all the great content that comes your way on a weekly basis. And hit that like button, please. Do hit that like button, especially if you had enjoyed TakeOver tonight. I definitely want you to smash that like button. It means a ton. All right, so let me go ahead and get this out real quick. And on the WWE Network right now, it looks like they're showing the WWE Chronicle for Dean Ambrose. I'm actually going to probably check that out sometime Sunday afternoon, maybe in between the football games, see how that goes. All right, so let me just put this out real quick. I'll just say Aftershow on now from... I'll just put this out. Don't worry, guys. After this, you guys got my undivided attention. We'll put this out, and we shall be good to go. Bam. And we'll put in that. And we will put in that. And that's it. I think I'm good. Yep. And send. All right, good. All right, so let's keep going. So that was the first match. Don't worry, guys. This is a very short pay-per-view recap. Promise you guys. We only have 5 matches. Let's go to our second match on the card for tonight. Our second match was Shayna Baszler defending the NXT Women's Championship against Kairi Sane in a 2 out of 3 falls match. Sadly, this match only lasted barely 12 minutes from my records. Barely 12 minutes. Might even been less than that. It was great. It started off... What the hell was that? Oh, my headphones, very sensitive. Sorry about that. It started off pretty good. We saw those damn girls from WWE Evolution interfere once again, meddling in Kairi Sane's business. You know, you're like, damn, how can the referee be this goddamn distracted? Like, seriously. Yeah, I'm talking about Jessamyn Duke and Mariana Shafir. I believe I'm pronouncing that last name right. If I'm butchering that, guys, let me know. Help me sound that bad boy out. But we had saw them. They ganged up while the referee was distracted, checking in on Shayna Baszler because she took some type of a bump from Kairi Sane. So the ref was checking up on her. And while the referee was checking on her, we had saw Duke, Shafir. They pretty much had jumped Kairi Sane while she was outside of the ring. And pretty much they rolled her in the ring. Referee then sees them, but at this point they've already done the damage to Kairi. Shayna Baszler would capitalize on that by applying the Kurofuda clutch, and that pretty much had got Shayna Baszler the first pinfall. So you see that spot and you're like, okay, nice. Another key spot I had enjoyed from this match, there was a sunset flip turned powerbomb by Kairi Sane that almost went totally wrong. I was really nervous about that one. I don't know, maybe Shayna was okay. She was perfect, but it was the way Shayna was perfect, but it was the way Kairi had executed it. I just kind of felt as though it was a little bit exhausting, a little bit sloppy. I personally felt it wasn't a smooth transition from what Shayna was originally doing on the offense to when Kairi had tried to counter it and she turned it into a sunset flip power bomb. It just, something just rubbed me the wrong way about that. Not picking on her, guys, because I know we got some hardcore Kairi Sane fans. Shout out to you guys playing the WWE Super Card game too. I see Kairi Sane is available in the Money in the Bank contract feature there, part of the game. So good luck with that. I'm a long ways off. I only got like 1,300 and something points off of those Money in the Bank matches so far. So I got a long way to go. So we continue to see Duke and Shafir interfere, basically playing the numbers game. One tried to distract the referee, the other one once again going on the assault of Kairi. This would eventually prompt Dakota Kai to come out, try to help even up the odds. And then we see Io Shirai. She comes out, does a little bit of stuff on the ground, but then takes to the top turnbuckle, does a nice pretty back moonsault from the top rope. We then eventually see Kairi Sane. She's in a position where she's looking for that signature Macho Man flying elbow. Connects to Shayna, but Shayna somehow uses the momentum of when Kairi lands. Like as soon as she lands on her stomach with the elbow, we see Shayna somehow shift her body and basically grabs on to, I guess, that same elbow drop arm of Kairi's, grabs it and somehow is able to shift her weight over, like to her advantage, to basically have Kairi's back pinned to the mat, gets the 1, 2, 3. It was a very unique and interesting finish. Words can't really, if I were to try to be as any descriptive as I possibly could, you guys would be like, I don't see how it's possible. I don't see what you're talking about. You gotta actually go back. If you didn't watch this match, I would definitely encourage you guys to, if you got the WWE Network, hop on, check this out, because it was a very interesting finish. It was fresh from the standpoint of, I can't really recall the last time, if ever, I've seen a finish like that. Finish from the standpoint and just the way Shayna was able to do that hook automatically as soon as Kari had landed the elbow drop. It was a very unique finish. I love that. I ate that up. So, I mean, now the way this is kind of looking, it's safe to say this is going to basically be a 3-on-3 tag team match. I would imagine it's going to be playing out on NXT programming, because at this point, the next time that there's going to be a NXT event, I'm just looking here, looks like it's going to be, I don't see any announcement yet. Hang on here. No, I don't see anything. Hang on, guys. So they did that one. Maybe it's this one. Hang on. I'm seeing something about NXT Takeover Phoenix. So let me see if I'm looking at that right. Yeah, I am reading it right. Okay, so it looks like the next Takeover event is going to be in January. It's going to be NXT Takeover Phoenix. That's going to be on January the 26th, Phoenix, Arizona. So basically right around Royal Rumble weekend. Yeah, I mean, you could probably do a couple of weeks there where yeah, I can see something like this playing out. I don't think the girls are going to be fighting each other on NXT tapings, but I see something coming about where maybe around mid-December, that's when the announcement will be made that all 6 of these girls will be getting it on at NXT Takeover Phoenix. That kind of seems just about right. So let's go to our next matchup, though. Let's see. Can I just say on a side note, Shayna Baszler continues to impress me. If there's anybody that has been doing a really good job in adapting to the WWE realm, I mean, you want to look at Ronda Rousey and you say, wow, and you're just so freaking impressed by her. But Shayna Baszler has really a lot quicker than Ronda Rousey, I personally feel. I mean, it's really just clicking for Shayna Baszler on so many cylinders. And my God, she just, when she comes out, I know we got Leo Rush. He likes to come out there talking about his man Lashley. He look like money. He smell like money. He tastes like money. He fuck like money. Lashley. Whatever, dude. But no, when I look at Shayna, she is just, my God, she just radiates freaking beast. Just freaking beast. She just, her mere presence, she just looks like she's gonna hurt you. I mean, that girl is something else, man. All right, let's go to our next matchup. A couple of people were in attendance. We saw a nice little spot with WWE. Is he a WWE Hall of Famer? I'm trying to think. No, he's not really. No, he should be in the WWE Hall of Fame, but nah. X-Pac, Sean Waltman. He was in the house and he had a puppy with him. I was trying to figure out how the hell he got the puppy in the arena. The only thing that made sense to me was maybe he, came around the back way. That kind of made sense to me as opposed to just coming through the front. Duh, right? But it was so cute seeing him with that puppy. The puppy kind of looked... what's the right word I want to look for? Because I'm not trying to insult the puppy. The puppy kind of looked as though it was injured. So I wonder if maybe this was a situation where this dog was adopted or something, because one eye was tiny and the other eye was rather big. And I couldn't help but kind of, wonder what was going on. Was that maybe a special needs puppy or something of that nature? But it was a nice little spot. I love seeing him with the puppy. And I'm just looking at that. I'm going, and if you're not down with X-Pac being in attendance, I got 2 words for you. Woof, woof, or whatever. You guys make up your own little... I don't care. I tried. That was my weakest effort. I know. Next matchup. Let's go. So, on the card, as we are now up to our 3rd match, for me, love this. Love this match on so many levels. Aleister Black take it on Johnny Gargano. This one almost went about 20 minutes long. Whew. My God. Here's the thing. Sometimes I will go a couple of weeks without checking out NXT. And I do that on purpose just to see where certain athletes are, whether it's with regards to their in-ring work or with regards to their promos. And I did a little bit of binge watching to anticipate what we were going to be checking out tonight with TakeOver. And I do hear what some people are saying with regards to Aleister Black. I mean, look, yes, his promos can be a little bit, for me personally, his promos can be a bit, but I would just love it even so much more if he just did not talk. I would love it so much more if he was just really, really sparingly a man of very few words. And he was just going in there. I'm not saying like Goldberg, so please don't even bring up Goldberg. I'm not saying that. Just let him be a silent assassin. Just let him go out there. Let his actions in the ring speak for itself, right? He's still meh when it comes to the promos, but I tell you, man, he has everything that upper WWE management wants. I mean, he is just on the silver platter. I cannot wait to see that man get the call up to the main roster. I actually can wait because we've seen how some of the experiments have gone with those that were in NXT and then they get the call up to the main roster. Not all of them has been on point. So I actually can wait a little bit because I'm enjoying the Aleister Black character in NXT, but we know eventually it is going to be happening. Where he would thrive the most, I personally feel he would thrive the most on SmackDown. Really a good opportunity to take advantage of that new jump going to Fox. Fox saying they want less comedy, less slapstick crap, and they want more of the wrestling. And Aleister Black entertaining on so many levels, from the entrance, getting into the ring, that guy, and his entrance music, I gotta give it up, man. For me, no matter how many times I hear his entrance in particular for this new WWE modern era, his music, it still, for me, kicks a lot of ass. I can just hear that on repeat. I'll never get tired of it. So when you got a good entrance like that, that goes a long freaking way. Shout out to Izzy. What's up, Izzy, in the chat? I thought I was on to something. So Izzy had clued us in on what was going on with X-Pac and that dog. Apparently X-Pac had rescued the dog. So I thought something was up there. Well, good for X-Pac. That's awesome. How do the commentators miss that? You're in California. You put over the wildfires and everything, right? You put over giving relief, helping out those in need that were affected by the wildfires. And you had an opportunity right there where you could talk about one of your alumni rescuing a dog. Oh, how do you miss that? Come on, WWE. Y'all always talking about, you know, these good things that WWE stars are doing behind the scenes, away from the company and all that. Come on now, work on that a little bit. All right. This match, though, Johnny Gargano, Aleister Black, fantastic. Fantastic. I mean, this was just the psychology in this one was just off the chains. Off the chains. I mean, technical. If you want to look for your technical match of the night, this was it. Not so much psychology, because psychology goes to Tomasulo, Choppa, and Velveteen Dream, which we'll talk about in a hot second. But from the technical aspect, this match between Gargano and Aleister Black, oh my God, so many. I mean, the kicks. It was almost like watching a goddamn kicking contest between these two guys. Great series of counters. Now, I gotta be honest, Aleister Black's kicks, some of them just weren't even connecting. Some of them it wasn't like, whoa, he missed by a freaking mile. It wasn't anything like, but not all of them looked as well connected as when Gargano was on the offense. And I'm just being totally honest. Please, Aleister Black fans, don't be upset that I dare, of all people, put a little bit of criticism out there about your boy. I'm just keeping it real with you guys. Let's pick it up. Good matchup. I wouldn't say that was a match of the year type of a candidate. I would actually give that up to Velveteen Dream taking on Tomasulo Choppa. If I looked a little bit distracted there, it is because I am seeing some interactions on Twitter as my Twitter timeline is blowing up for no respected reason. All right, so anyway, getting a little sidetracked. Let's get back to some more results here. All right, so Gargano, Aleister Black. Man, at one point we see Black just, if I were to really sum this matchup, these guys were just unloading on the kicks. That's really how I could sum it up. So towards the end of the match, we had all these guys trading shots left and right, back and forth. They get to their feet. Black swings back, trades some more shots in the middle of the ring. Next thing you know, we see Black get the upper hand. He's unloading with the strikes. Does a nice, pretty ass knee to the face. I mean, it was a spin knee to the face, and I'm going, damn, that connected. I'm like, ooh, nice. Both down on the floor once again, and you see the replay of this spinning knee that he did to Gargano. I mean, it was a 6-6 spot, man. Loved it. I ate all of that up, right? Fans at this point chanting Mamma Mia, because this was the match. This was the match that really had the crowd like, my God, this could go either way. You had a couple of spots there where it looked as though Gargano was maybe going to pull the upset. And you're going, damn. And people were trying to figure out this match because a couple of people were like, oh, well, it makes sense for blah, blah, blah to go over because get another match with Tomasulo Choppa. And it's like, who cares? Just kick back and enjoy. You know, that's what these takeover events are about. Don't try to figure shit out. Just kick back, enjoy. So we ended up seeing towards the final moments of the match, Gargano, remember, he gets that knee to the face, follows up. Black, he's like standing over him now as we see Gargano. He's basically telling Black, hey, go ahead, hit me with the black mass if you want, go ahead. And Aleister Black is looking at him like, okay, if that's what you want, okay, I'll give it to you. And then Gargano tries to counter the black mass. He was basically trying to play possum as like a little bit of a last ditch effort attempt, but it didn't work. It didn't work. Gargano had tried to apply the Gargano escape. Black had managed to escape that. Black was stunned for a little bit, but then he hit him with not one, two black masses. Whew, my God. Them black masses, man, you got to see the instant replay for that one. Those were just, what the fuck? I'm telling you. As far as finishers go, Aleister Black, man, especially when it connects, he gives you the WTF for the finisher. And to see him do not one, but two that were well placed, that looked well connected, black masses to Gargano. I mean, he killed Gargano in this one. Great setup there. Damn great setup. So next up, we had the NXT title match. Velveteen Dream taking on Tomasulo Choppa. Who doesn't like Velveteen Dream, man? Velveteen Dream, that is the man representing, holding it down here in the nation's capital, Washington, D.C. Very proud of this young man. Love this dude. Love this dude tremendously. Came out pushing NWO Hollywood Hogan colors. I'm going, damn, Velveteen Dream. It's like, you got some nerve, man. All right, work your magic. And I gotta tell you, this was match of the year. I'm not exaggerating that whatsoever. For me personally, when I say match of the year, I'm not saying it should get the award. I'm simply saying when you look back for NXT, You look at all of the takeover matches, you even look at what's been happening on TV, and you try to figure out, okay, what is an NXT match of the year candidate? This match tonight, if there was one match I had to point out, one match that I had to say, okay, you gotta go out of your way and you gotta see this match in its entirety, it would be this match. This is the match, especially anybody that usually doesn't even make the investment in checking out NXT, not even the takeover specials. I would implore you, go out of your way and check out this match. These two guys put on a clinic. This was a great psychological match. Just a good old-fashioned psychological match. It was all about the mind games. And I just love how pretty much Tomasulo Choppa, he knows how Velveteen Dream has this pet peeve for people touching his hair. And so he starts playing into that. And Velvet's kind of cracking just a little bit, but Velvet kind of regains his composure and he realizes exactly the game Tomasulo's trying to play and slides out of the ring, heads on over, and, you know, okay, I got this. Gets back in there. And then we see eventually Dream's headband, his Hollywood headband, is taken off of his head as these two are continuing to go at it. Choppa's getting in Dream's head once again, and Dream is just like, huh. He goes out of the ring. It's like, okay, I got you. I see what you're doing. Okay. Two can play that game, and how he just goes over to the NXT championship, grabs it, looking at it, kisses it. Tomasulo's pissed off. He starts trying to chase after Dream. Dream rolls back into the ring and he gets his bandana back finally, puts it on, and, you know, so I mean, those type of head games is exactly what I'm talking about. And I tell you, Velveteen Dream, I have been singing this young man's praises since that one season of Tough Enough, and Hogan voted him off basically, and all that. I was really big on young Patrick Clark, and I tell you, Patrick Clark has just continued to impress me. Of all the people that has come through developmental and we eventually get to see them on NXT, none have been like this guy. None have been more, this guy's just better and better. I mean, he is just, there is no, okay, you're going up. Now you're kind of just teetering right about here. I'm not really sure why, but you're kind of teetering. I mean, Dream is just continuing to just up and up and up and up and up. And I gotta tell you, this was for me his strongest effort to date. I would have to almost, as far as like greatest performances, I would have to say this, for me, edges out more than when he had locked it up at TakeOver against Aleister Black. And you guys remember how classic of an encounter that was. Heads up, we got people that are trying to call into the show. Let me finish recapping the pay-per-view first. And then if you want to call in and you want to talk about the TakeOver event, you're more than welcome to. But come on, you guys can wait. It's not like we're doing 10 matches here. I only got, like, at this point, 2 more matches to talk about, or maybe even 1 more match to talk about. So just hang tight and wait, please. So anyway, and thank you for that. This, you know, yeah, I mean, the psychology in this one, just fucking fantastic. I loved it on so many levels. And, you know, let's continue on. I mean, so you got that psychological thing that's going on there. And by the way, oh my god, I can't believe I like almost forgot about this. I gotta go back to Gargano one more time. I'm so sorry, guys. I gotta give an honorable mention to Wardrobes of the Night. So yes, my man Velveteen Dream, he definitely gets the nod. I love the color scheme, all that, how he had the trunk set up and everything, his tights, all that. Love that. That was perfect. But Gargano gets an honorable mention as well because he had Marvel's Punisher inspired attire on, and it was badass how they did it, because I'm looking at the back of his trunks at one point and I'm going, is my man actually pushing a Marvel logo on his trunks? I'm going, that can't be, because that's like, no, that's going to be legal problems if he's pushing that. No, that can't be right. And then finally I got a nice close-up, and it basically, the Marvel text, as you all come to know and love with the Marvel logo, that was actually Johnny, and then under that it was actually Gargano, and you're like, oh, okay, nice. But that was tight. I gotta give those two guys mad props. They had the best attires for the entire card and everything. Aleister Black gets a nod as well. He came out with a really badass demonic vest, and it had all of these horns sticking out of it. It kind of reminded me a little bit of Godzilla or something like that. It's fucking badass. I fucking loved it. All right, so let's keep going on with this match here. So told you about pretty much the opener. I mean, at one point, I guess we can kind of pick it up towards the middle, setting up the end. So if I remember it right, we had saw at one point Dream pretty much summons up the powers of the immortal Hulk Hogan, and he's doing the punch, the punch, the punch. He does not one leg boot, you know, or leg drop rather. He does not one leg drop, he does two leg drops, and you're like, all right, he's doing it. That doesn't work. And then we see him go for the figure 4 leg lock, paying homage to Ric Flair, and you're going, damn, how many of these legends is he going to be summoning up tonight to try to get a hold of this NXT title? And Tommaso Ciampa just keeps getting out of it somehow. And there was a sick ass spot I remember that just made me go, damn, where Tommaso Ciampa had ran into Dream head first, thanks courtesy to his knee. He basically had rammed his knee brace into Dream, and you're going, ooh, and Dream sold the hell out of that. I mean, he acted like he was knocked out, had to spit, all that. Loved that nice little spot that he was doing. And we saw a spot come about where at one point Tommaso's ankle was giving him a hard time, and we see eventually his boot had came off, and somehow the fans ended up getting the boot. I don't know how the hell that happened, because I don't remember the boot being thrown into the crowd. So somehow the boot went to the fans. I really wish I knew how the hell that had happened, because it was getting passed around like I don't know what. So you're kind of thinking at this point, or at least I was, well, with that boot now being moved, because there's no telling which fan has the boot, I hope that boot wasn't going to play a factor in the send-off for the match. Well, turns out no, there was a lot more planned to this match that had met the eye initially at that point. So we saw Tommaso digging down deep, getting pissed off, getting really frustrated. He goes outside the ring, hopping basically, selling the hell out of that one leg that he's injured on. And we see him remove the mat padding from the floor as he's looking to expose it. He's really looking to do some serious damage to Dream. You're going, okay, woo, what the hell's going on here? Goes back for Dream. Whatever he was looking for, Dream just basically rammed Tommaso over the announcer's table as they both go tumbling over. Mauro Ranallo is selling the hell out of it. He's also talking about the heinous, despicable actions of Tommaso and lengths that this guy is going to try to retain his championship. Well, Tommaso doesn't really take a liking to the things that Mauro had said, and he pushed the hell out of Mauro, and Mauro just had this bewildered look on his face as Tommaso yells at him. A little bit that I heard, he basically said to Mauro, you need to respect me. I am your champion, right? So you're going, oh, damn, okay, I'm loving this. We see him try to grab Dream back into the ring, and that's where my memory is kind of going a little bit blank right there. I want to say, if I remember that spot right, I want to say, let me look at my notes here. You guys got to forgive me. See, I was doing pretty good until all of that had happened. I think there was, I can't really remember what happened after that. Let's pick it up towards the end, according to my notes here. So after that, we see towards the end, Dream, he tries to get back up, tries to go to the top rope, looking for the Purple Rainmaker. Choppa kicks out. I mean, there were so many close near falls. It was fucking ridiculous. There were so many points where it looked as though Dream was going to be getting this title. I mean, hell, I even remember there was one spot where Tommaso had grabbed a handful of tights of Dream's. I mean, Dream's butt cheeks was just all out there blowing in the wind, and you're going, oh, well, this is pretty much how it's going to end. But the referee goes, hey, you got the tights, you got the tights. No. We even saw a spot where inadvertently the championship was used, as Dream had did some type of a DDT or something, and he's looking at the ref like, I didn't mean to, no. And the ref let it go. And you're thinking, okay, my God, the title's going to change hands like this? And Choppa had kicked out. You're going, oh. I mean, there were so many near falls in this one, just back and forth. Great stuff. Towards the end, though, we basically saw Tommaso Ciampa come away with the W. The way this basically had went up was that Dream, I'm trying to remember what had happened. Dream, I think, ended up trying to go to the top apron once again, immediately looking for another Purple Rainmaker, as this time Tommaso Ciampa was kind of outside of the ring, but he was laying on the apron, but kind of like, I want to say under the rope, so to speak. So half his body, his upper body, was kind of like out, and the other half was maybe kind of in somewhat. But anyway, we saw Dream. He was trying to go for the Purple Rainmaker that way. And next thing you know, Tommaso moves out the way. And remember that padding that Tommaso had exposed earlier? Well, now that comes back into play, because wham, elbow first. And Dream just sells the hell out of that, as Tommaso, he quickly comes in, hits Dream with a DDT on the steel portion plate between the two rings, because remember, War Games, these were two rings that were pretty much stuck together and all that for the main event. Ciampa then dragged him over, went for the cover, got the retain that way. It was a fantastic fucking matchup. The match of the night. Definitely a NXT match of the year candidate. I would have to say, you guys go out of your way. Check it out when you get the opportunity. I gotta give both men a lot of praise, but I am just really even more impressed with Velveteen Dream. He has really been stepping it up, and I am looking forward just to seeing where this young man is going to be 3 years from now, because just the way he's been able to adapt and continue to evolve, and he's doing it at such a fast, alarming rate. I agree with what you guys are saying in the chat as far as him holding a major title in the WWE. Yeah, no brainer. Yeah, that's definitely going to happen. It's pretty much what I've been saying consistently on this show over the years when it comes to Patrick Clark, which is, as long as he surrounds himself by the right type of people that are nothing but positive influences, and he's keeping his nose clean, the guy definitely will continue to go up. He definitely will. All right, we got one more match to talk about. Let's go ahead and let's have at it. It was our War Games matchup. Basically, it was Pete Dunne, Ricochet, and War Raiders, Hanson and Rowe. They had defeated the Undisputed Era's Adam Cole, Bobby Fish, Kyle O'Reilly, and Roderick Strong. I did not think that this match would be as long as it was going to be. I thought maybe for sure this match was going to be up to 30 minutes long, but this match almost went about 50 minutes by my account. almost 50 minutes. So, but it was a really great story that they had told. Kudos to WWE for explaining the rules of this match, trying to have everything make sense. And I'm just in the moment. I'm going, okay, yeah, all right, so once all guys are in, then officially War Games begins. Okay, that's all I need to know. That's all I need to remember. And apparently, if somebody leaves War Games, like voluntarily, they basically just quit on their team, so the other team wins as a result. So you're going, oh, okay. Well, what if they don't do all that? How do you win War Games? Pinfall or submission? First team to get it. I'm like, oh, okay. But this is after all the individuals have come out of the cage. Just the way that they had set that up, explaining the rules. Because I'm looking at this, I'm going, okay, how does this make sense? Because I don't know what the hell's going on here. Because they said it changed from last year. And last year, I don't remember as many rules from the previous War Games. So it was nice how they took the time out to really... And it was very simplistic. The way that they broke it down for fans, it was really good. Of course, Pete Dunn, he's dealing with a little bit of a nagging injury right now. And I thought the way that they had utilized him booking-wise, I thought it was pretty smart how they had set him up. At one point, so much so, with regards to the smart booking that they did with Pete Dunn, you pretty much had War Games in limbo because I believe it was Bobby Fish. It was either Bobby Fish or Kyle O'Reilly. One of them had threw away the key that would unlock Pete Dunn so he could come on out so that War Games could officially begin. And you see the referees that, you know, like they're able to get the padlock off one, but when they try to go for the second one, they don't have the key for it. So they're like, what the hell? And eventually one of the refs, and you hear them, one of the refs is like, hey, well, I can go in the back. I can get some cutters. We'll get them out that way. And you're like, oh, these refs are smart tonight. Okay, cool. And sure enough, they come on back. Took several minutes, but came on out, got some clippers, and, or I said clippers, cutters. You know what I'm talking about. Got some cutters. Pete Dunn was able to come on out, and officially War Games, you know, then had began. But it took a good minute. I think it took like at least maybe 20 minutes before War Games had officially began. So, I mean, it was good. It was good. I always get a nice smile whenever I see Hanson and Rowe because I watched these guys in fucking Ring of Honor, and I was big on them way back then. I also, same praise that I gave, because I said for a couple of years that with regards to Hanson and Rowe, I said, man, it'd be really badass if they could come to the WWE, and eventually they did come to the WWE, and I'm still holding out hope that my other guys that's down there in ROH, and they're helping out a couple of other promotions from time to time, the Bloodbound Warriors, I still want to see them in the WWE. If you guys don't know anything about the Bloodbound Warriors, I have been hyping these guys up for years. If there was ever a dominating tag team that I would like to see in the WWE, these guys look like fucking beasts. And I mean, they are very quick. You like how Hanson and Rowan operate together and how fast they're able to move for big men, and you don't know about Bloodbound Warriors, you need to check them out. Those guys are pretty fucking badass. So let's pick it up, man. So is there anything really we need to talk about with that War Games matchup? I mean, I don't really think so. I'll tell you the closing moments of that one, because there was just a lot of crazy spots that was just going on there. Okay, so look, towards the end of it, we saw both teams on the recovering end, and you know, they're gathering up each other for one final hoorah, right? So it almost kind of seemed like Civil War a little bit, right? As you basically see one side, they got their team standing tall, and the other team, they're standing tall, and they're both across on opposite sides of these steel cages, right? You know, one side of the team is here, the other side of the team is over here, and they meet in the middle, and they're looking at each other and they're just talking mad shit at each other, and they just start slugging it out. Loved it. I ate all of that up. Good stuff, man. Good fucking stuff. So they're going at it. We see that towards the end, I want to say, yeah, it's coming back to me now, the finish. The finish that we had saw Adam Cole, he had exposed his own knee as he was trying to make quick work of Pete Dunne, but Dunne had managed to duck his attack. Dunne then dropped Cole on his head. Ricochet flies in with the 450 for the follow-up on top of Cole. Dunne covers for the pin, while Ricochet also has his arm on Cole. So it was kind of like a double pin, basically. And they had won the match that way. Good spots. There was a lot of good spots in this one. I gotta say, the first half of it, it was just, okay. Yeah, you know, that's nice. It really didn't do anything for me. It was a slow build, you know, a very slow build. But then, you know, I would honestly say that the last 15 minutes is when it really started picking up, and you're going, okay, let's see how this is really going to play out. I love the psychology that they used for Pete Dunne, though, because he is dealing with a nagging injury in real life, and the way that they tried to downplay him a little bit, diminish his role, so he wasn't doing as many bumps. I thought it was a pretty smart move that they did, honestly. But overall, I thought that tonight's NXT Takeover War Games, solid event, fantastic, did pretty good. I would say it definitely gets a pass. Please don't ask me to do the whole rating star system. I don't really like doing that stuff. I say, as far as thumbs up, thumbs down, I would say it gets a thumbs up. To the polls, let's go. And via Twitter, I asked you guys, what did you think about NXT War Games? It's holding steady. 94% of you guys are giving it a thumbs up. 3% of you did not watch yet, but will. See, there's about 3% of you guys that are staying in the middle. So that's good. All right, now let's see what's going on via YouTube. I want to see how the results are on YouTube. Remember, you can go over to YouTube and cast your vote that way as well. For you guys that don't have Twitter, just click on the communities tab and you'll see the poll that way. All right, so via YouTube, we have 73% of you that are giving it a thumbs up. 18% of you are staying in the middle. Meanwhile, 9% of you did not watch yet, but you will. So it's interesting for initial. So we had some people that were trying to call in. If you had saw, and I gotta stress this, if you had saw NXT Takeover tonight and you wanted to talk about some of the matches that came about, now you're more than welcome to call in. You can call in. You see the number that's on your screen right now, which is 202-697-9449. Once again, 202-697-9449. If you want to call in, you could definitely do so. And while the phone lines are open for a little bit for those that want to maybe jump on in, can I just give a quick shout out to some of our sponsors and some of our Patreon members, because without them, they are the heartbeat. They're the backbone for why you're able to check out shows like this that you're checking out right now. They make it possible so you guys can keep getting these episodes for free. So I definitely want to take the time out and recognize them. Appreciate them. Love and support as always. Shout out to my good friend Anthony Missionary Thomas of Wrestling Soup. Also shout out to Michael Wolf, John Davis. Shout out to Joe Raymond Jr. And shout out to a special sponsor of the RCWR show, TONYBINGGAMING. You guys that play Marvel Strike Force on iOS or Android, make sure you hook up with Tony Bing if you need reviews. You're not really sure what characters you should be investing your time, energy, resources in. Tony Bing can help you out with all of that. He has great walkthroughs for raids, blitz modes, the works, all that great stuff, man. He does a really phenomenal job, spends hours upon hours doing nothing but Marvel Strike Force. He was the go-to guy for everything Marvel Heroes Omega before they had shut that down, and he's moved on to the next best thing now, which is Marvel Strike Force. So for you guys that play that, you need help in any of those areas, check him out. He's got a YouTube channel, youtube.com/TONYBINGGAMING. And he also has a Patreon account for those of you that maybe want to support him. Same handle, basically, patreon.com/TONYBINGGAMING. And if you miss out on all of that information, it's actually in the episode description of this piece you're checking out right now. So we appreciate working with all of these guys. We have some more shout outs, but those will be happening on demand as I have to edit this for the audio release. So on that note, I think honestly, great takeover tonight. If nobody's calling into the show, I can wrap it up. That's great for me. That's great news for me, because I want to get back to watching some live PD and try to spend some quality time with the missus, because I have not seen her that much today since I've been busy and she's been busy with work and all that. So your next edition of the RCWR show is going to be coming at you guys on Sunday, November the 18th. We are going to be coming on live via YouTube as soon as Survivor Series wraps up. So make sure you tune in for that. That's going to be an awesome show. And then also, quick programming note, Monday the 19th, there's going to be a special RCWR show. We're going to be coming on live as soon as Raw goes off the air. For those of you that maybe have been wanting for me to come on a Monday night for some time, this is your opportunity to come out, represent. One of the main reasons why you're going to be getting that episode on Monday is because I've pretty much got to get the house ready for Thanksgiving, as we have a lot of close friends and family members that's going to be coming over this year and celebrating the holiday festivities with us. So I got to make sure everything is on point, and it's kind of my nice little way to take a nice, well-deserved extended break. Couldn't really enjoy the last break I took from the shows because I was sick. So it's kind of nice to knock out two birds with one stone, get everything nice and ready in the house for family, for Thanksgiving, and be able to catch up on some more much needed R&R. So again, Sunday the 18th, you got Survivor Series the Aftershow, and then Monday the 19th, soon as Raw goes off the air, you got a new RCWR show. Both of those you'll be able to catch right here on youtube.com, and you'll also be able to catch live via Spreaker. Meantime, that's going to do it. Let me know what you thought about this takeover event. In the meantime, keep the comments and the interactions coming in. If you're new, welcome. Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out. Click on the bell notification so you always know about new content that's going to be coming your way. And if you enjoy Takeover, do like, hit the video, say like if you had enjoyed Takeover tonight. That's going to do it. Appreciate you guys that had spent your time interacting with me live. And for those of you that's going to be checking this out on demand and on the downloads, thank you so very much. We'll do this again for you guys in less than 24 hours. Until then, be safe and be kind to one another. You guys do take care.